let's skip the greetings and get straight to the topic. Recently, the teaser for Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 was released, and while watching it, I was reminded of Bhool Bhulaiyaa 1's hero, Shiney Ahuja. I'm sure many of you already know, but for those who don't, Shiney has a pretty dark past, which completely ruined his career. Let me start from the beginning. Shiney was born on May 15, 1973, in Delhi, and his father was a lieutenant in the Indian Army. Shiney completed his schooling in Delhi and later went to RV College of Engineering in Bangalore for his college studies. Right after college, he started working in advertisements, and his first ad was for Pepsi. After that, Shiney started getting back-to-back ads and ended up doing around 40 of them. He even featured in a music video called Pyar Ho Gaya by Stereo Nation. During this period, in 1997, Shiney got married to his now wife, Anupam Ahuja. At that time, Shiney's career wasn't very stable, so Anupam was working in a corporate firm. When she received an offer in 2003 to work in New York, Shiney felt it wouldn't be right to stop her, so he insisted that she pursue the opportunity. Then, what happened was that Sudhir Misra, the director, saw Shiney's Pepsi ad and called him in for an audition for his upcoming film Hazaran Ke Chwe. Shiney got selected and made his debut with this movie in 2005, earning a lot of praise. As Shiney's career started becoming more stable, his wife Anupam quit her job in New York and returned to Mumbai. That year, Shiney appeared in 2 more films, Karam and Sins. Now, Sins was a very bold film. Although it was an Indian movie, it was in English and had a bold storyline inspired by a news article. Directed by Vinod Pand, the film depicted the affair between a priest and a young girl. Later, the priest was sentenced to death, and the film explored why and how that happened. Shiney's acting and film choices were both highly regarded. In 2006, one of Shiney's most popular films, Gangster, was released. This movie also marked the debut of the powerful actress Kangana Ranaut. That same year, Shiney had 3 more releases: Wo Lam, Zindagi Rocks, and Fano. Although Shiney had a small role in Fano, it was a hit movie. Shiney's career was going really well, and in the following year, 2007, he signed 3 more films: Life in a Metro, Bhool Bhulaiyaa, and Koya Koya Chand. Among these, Bhool Bhulaiyaa and Life in a Metro were commercially successful, and we all know how Bhool Bhulaiyaa continues to trend on social media today. 11 years after his marriage, in 2008, Shiney's daughter, Shiney Ahuja, was born, who is now about 16 years old. That year, only one of Shiney's films was released, Hijack, which didn't do well. Then came the year 2009, which turned out to be the darkest phase of Shiney's life. This phase even inspired the movie Section 375, released in September 2019, although the story in the film isn't exactly the same. Its writer, who is Shiney's friend, used Shiney's case and other similar cases as references. The movie starred Meera Chopra, Priyanka Chopra's cousin, Akshay Khanna, and Richa Chadha. The plot of the movie revolves around a film director who has an extramarital affair with a costume designer on set. Later, the woman accuses the director of rape, claiming that whatever happened between them was not consensual. Something similar happened to Shiney in June 2009 when his 19-year-old house help filed a rape case against Shiney. And the most interesting thing about that case was that the media spread the news that Shiney had accepted that he and the house help were physically involved, but it was consensual and there was no force involved. However, Shiney clarified that he never confessed to any of this. The media was publishing a lot of false news at that time, and the publication that printed this later issued an apology for spreading false information. This entire situation had become so emotionally draining for Shiney that he even contemplated taking his own life at the time. Shiney got booked under Section 376 and Section 506 of the EPK due to the House Help Statement. Later, on September 25, 2009, Shiney was supposed to appear in the Bombay Fast Track Court, but he was in severe pain due to a slipped disc and couldn't walk because of the pain. 2 constables had to help him walk. His lawyer, Samir Nagar, requested immediate medical treatment for Shiney from the court. The court ordered the jail authorities to shift him to JJ Hospital immediately. During this, Shiney's wife stood by him like a pillar, giving him her full support throughout. She even gave interviews to the media, stating that the reports about their neighbor hearing screams from Shiney's house were false, They even presented the neighbor to the media. When the trial was going on, in December 2010, their then lawyer Shirish Gupta was cross-examining the house help and got her to admit that she was forced to file the complaint under someone's influence. Shiney's wife also stated that at the alleged time of the incident, she was on a phone call between 3:20 to 3:40. However, the court believed that the house help was being pressured, and Shiney was sentenced anyway. On October 3rd, 29, Shiney spent about 5 months in Mumbai's Arthur Road jail. Then, on March 30th, 2010, when he was brought to the fast-track court in Mumbai, the court sentenced him to 7 years of rigorous imprisonment. However, Shiney didn't give up and filed an appeal in the Bombay High Court, arguing that there were no longer any allegations against him. Still, the court convicted him based on circumstantial evidence. The media had reported that the evidence against Shiney included a positive DNA report, blood and semen found, along with scratch marks on Shiney's hand. Shiney's wife clarified that no blood or semen was found, neither on the girl nor at the crime scene, and even the scratch mark report was negative. 5 out of 6 DNA reports were negative. Only 1 was positive. The testing agency even admitted that errors could occur. Shiney filed an appeal for bail in April 2011 and was granted interim bail on the condition that if he needed to travel abroad, he would require court permission. On May 14, 2011, Shiney and his wife gave an interview where, for the first time in 2 years, they shared their side of the story, explaining that they had remained silent because their lawyer advised them to do so. Shiney's wife also advised people to always verify the background of house help before hiring them to avoid such incidents from happening to others. Meanwhile, Shiney's appeal against his conviction was still pending in court when, in October 2011, Micromax released an insensitive ad mocking the case. The ad was titled, "Buy House Help," where a wife shows her friend a phone her husband gifted her, and it turns out that the same phone is owned by both her friend and their house help. The husband in the ad was also named Shiney. Offended by this, Shiney Ahuja and his publicist took legal action, sending a legal notice to Micromax. The court ruled in Shiney's favor, and the ad was removed from social media sites. In 2012, Shiney made a comeback with a new film titled Ghost, but unfortunately, it flopped. He then disappeared for the next 3 years, during which he spent time with his family and waited for the right film opportunity. During this time, Anis Bazmi called him for a film, coincidentally titled Welcome Back. Shiney was very emotional upon getting the opportunity. Anis Bazmi himself said that when he was thinking of actors for the role of Nasiruddin Shah's son, Shiney came to mind. Shiney was well aware that he was using *Welcome Back* as a stepping stone to gradually return to the screen, rather than as a major comeback, but the film was not as successful as *Welcome*. After that, Shiney again disappeared from the limelight. In 2023, Shiney was back in the news because he had filed an application in the High Court requesting that the court order the passport authorities to renew his passport for 10 years. His passport had been renewed for only 1 year at a time, causing issues for him in international travel. Since Shiney had not violated any bail conditions and had maintained good conduct, the court ruled in his favor, and his passport was renewed for 10 years. However, his case is still pending in court. Did you know that during the case, around 2010 to 2011, Shiney Ahuja revealed that his wife showed him a video of Kangana Ranaut in which she was fully supporting him and even said she had no problem working with him again. This made Shiney feel very good, and his respect for Kangana grew tenfold. And we're talking about Kangana here, whose life has also been highly controversial from the Aditya Pankali matter, the Hrithik Roshan issue, to the Sushant Singh Rajput case.